The inspiring life story of Colonel Harland David Sanders, the founder of KFC. Harland David Sanders was born on September 9, 1890, in Henryville, Indiana, USA. Life was far from easy for young Harland. His father died when he was only 6 years old, leaving his mother to care for 3 children. Because his mother had to work, little Harland was left to take care of his younger siblings. And it was during this time that he learned to cook out of necessity. At just 7 years old, Harland could already prepare bread and vegetables, and by the age of 10, he could cook entire meals. Though he didn't know it then, this early hardship planted the seed of what would later become one of the world's biggest restaurant empires, a man of many jobs and failures. Colonel Sanders did not have a smooth path to success. He dropped out of school in the 7th grade and left home at 13 after a conflict with his stepfather. His youth was filled with uncertainty and constant job changes. He worked as a farmhand, streetcar conductor, railway fireman, insurance salesman, lawyer, briefly, and even as a ferry boat operator. Unfortunately, he was fired or failed at almost every job he tried. Life was harsh and unstable, and Sanders faced countless rejections. Yet he never gave up. He kept moving forward, believing there had to be something greater ahead. The birth of a dream. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, Harland Sanders was running a small service station in Corbin, Kentucky. To attract customers, he began cooking meals for travelers, especially fried chicken. He didn't have a restaurant building at first, so he served meals in the dining area of his own home, right across from the gas station. People loved his food, particularly his unique fried chicken. Recipe seasoned with a blend of 11 herbs and spices. Word spread quickly, and his small service station turned into a full-fledged restaurant called Sanders Court and Cafe. However, just when things seemed to be going well, disaster struck. In the 1950s, a new interstate highway was built that bypassed Corbin, Kentucky. This meant that travelers no longer passed by his restaurant. His business, which had once been thriving, collapsed completely. At the age of 65, Colonel Sanders was broke. Many people would have given up at that point. But Sanders refused to let age or failure define him. With only $105 from his Social Security check, he decided to start again, this time with his secret recipe, the rise of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Carrying his pressure cooker and spice mix, Sanders began traveling across America in his old car, visiting restaurant owners one by one. He would cook his fried chicken for them, and if they liked it, he offered them a franchise deal. They could use his recipe and brand, and in return he'd receive a small commission per chicken sold. He was rejected over 1,000 times before someone finally agreed to his offer. Yet he persisted. That one yes became the start of Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. By 1960, KFC was expanding rapidly across the United States. In 1964, when he was 73 years old, Sanders sold the company for $2 million, or is worth tens of millions today. But he remained its public face, the iconic Colonel Sanders in his white suit and black tie. Even after selling the brand, he continued visiting KFC restaurants around the world, making sure they kept the original taste and quality of his recipe. Legacy and death. Colonel Sanders passed away on December 16, 1980, at the age of 90, but his legacy continues to live on. His image remains the face of KFC to this day, a symbol of persistence, passion, and purpose. From poverty and repeated failure, he became one of the most recognizable figures in the history of business. Life lessons from Colonel Sanders' story. 1. It's never too late to start again. Sanders was 65 when he began franchising KFC. 2. Failure is not final. Each rejection only made him stronger and more determined. 3. Your pain can lead to your purpose. His childhood struggles taught him to cook, the very skill that later changed his life. 4. Persistence pays off. Over 1,000 rejections could not stop a man who believed in his dream. Biblical encouragement. Colonel Sanders' life beautifully reflects the words of Galatians 6:9 KJV, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not." And also Philippians 4:13 KJV, "I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me." Just like Colonel Sanders, never give up no matter your age, background, or failures. When life closes one door, God opens another. sometimes in the least expected way. Your current struggle could be the foundation of your future success. Remember, delays are not denials. Keep believing, keep working, and your time will come.